Hello everyone, this is Rich Yamamoto back again with another video on learning macOS basics with VoiceOver. So, uh, in this video, we're going to discuss very basic navigation and activating of different elements and how to interact with tables and other um, groups of things inside of other stuff, which I know is very specific, not, but we're going to go through very basic navigation skills that are key to when using VoiceOver on the Mac with um, applications that require it, which is basically all of them for me. Okay, so we're also going to look at how to turn VoiceOver on and off. Uh, I now have a much more understandable voice selected instead of the one that was shouting at us from across the room last week. So we have something much more doable and easy to use. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. I'm going to head off to the Finder real quick.
Finder, desktop, group, bootcamp, volume.
Okay, so to turn VoiceOver off and on, there's two ways. There's on the Mac with touch bar, there's two ways I should say. So on the Mac with the touch bar, you can hold down the command key and press the power button 3 times,
VoiceOver off.
and VoiceOver has been turned off. Now I'm doing this stuff through Audio Hijack, so you may not have heard VoiceOver come back on. So let me go restart my VoiceOver session.
Start session.
Okay, so we have VoiceOver back now. So if I turn VoiceOver off with Command F5, which is the other way of doing it, I have to press Command, hold down the function key, and stretch.
F5 button. VoiceOver off.
Okay, it said VoiceOver off, and now if I gotta find F5 again. Okay, I'm gonna restart the session real quick to make sure VoiceOver is still routed.
Start session.
Okay, perfect. We are golden. So I apologize for the dog. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the Finder. So, the next step is to learn how to navigate. So, there's two ways also of navigating. My preferred way is using Control and Option and the arrow keys. Another way is using Caps Lock. So, I can demonstrate both, although they are basically the same thing. So, it's kind of pointless if I were to do that. But I will demonstrate Control and Option for now. And if you guys want a demonstration of Caps Lock and how to turn that on in a future video, I will make that happen. But right now, I'm going to teach you how to navigate the desktop. And I have two disk drives on the desktop. I have my boot camp drive and I have my Mac drive. So we're just going to use Control and Option, which is also called the VO keys, and Caps Lock is called the VO key. So we're going to use Control and Option to go left and right.
Macintosh HD volume. Bootcamp volume. Macintosh HD volume. Bootcamp volume. Macintosh HD volume. Bootcamp volume.
And on these particular items, if you wanted to activate them, you would have to press Command O.
Open. Bootcamp.
And then to get out of this area, you would press Command W.
Close window.
Okay. The next, so that's navigating the Finder, the desktop, and opening drives and things like that. The next thing I'm going to demonstrate is how to open an application from the dock that I know will have tables and things that we can interact with. So we're going to go to the dock with Control and Option or VOD.
Dock. QuickTime Player. Open. 32 of 40.
I have a lot of stuff on my dock, I know. So where I'm going to go is System Preferences. And for time's sake, I'm not going to VO left and right arrow through the dock to try and find it. The dock, and a lot of other things with VoiceOver, has a very nice feature where you can go by first letter navigation. So you can type out where you want to go on the dock or in tables, most tables, and you can get there with VoiceOver. So for system preferences, I'm just going to type SY.
System preferences 16 of 40.
And in this case, we could press VO space, which is usually our activator key, or we can press enter. In this case, we can press enter.
Finder, bootcamp volume, system preferences window, toolbar.
Okay, so we have two things we could interact with here. So we have a toolbar and we have the scroll area with all the preference panes at the on the far right side of the screen. I don't know what you can see in this and what you can't because I set it up for movie recording because I don't know how screen recordings work. So for now, I don't know what I have to do to make that work. But for now, we're in the system preferences area. So we have a toolbar that we could interact with, or I can press Control Option or VO right.
Rich Yamamoto. Apple ID, iCloud, Media and App Store. Image. Rich Yamamoto. Apple ID, iCloud, Media and App Store. Apple ID button. Family sharing button. Preference panes, scroll area.
And then we have the preference panes scroll area. So that's where I want to go. So I can interact with this by pressing VO or Control and Option, Shift down arrow. From here on out, I'm just going to refer to Control and Option as the VO keys because I think I have explained enough that that's what they are. And the caps lock key is also considered the VO key. Okay, so I'm going to interact with the scroll area for the preference panes.
In preference panes, scroll area. 34 items, general button.
And we have a lot of stuff in here. So I'm just going to navigate to one.
Internet accounts button. General button.
Oops. And then I'm just going to go press VO right until we get to internet accounts.
Desktop and screensaver button. Dock button. Mission control button. Siri button. Spotlight button. Language and region. Notifications. Internet accounts button.
And I'm going to press VO spacebar.
Load internet accounts. Window. Toolbar.
Okay. Now VO space is also an activator, and that's the main activator key. So that's what is used to that's what we use to activate
Muted.
most items on the toolbar. So that's what that does. Sorry, I accidentally muted my computer for a second, so I had to figure out what I just did. Okay. So we're going to
Toolbar.
we are going to go press VO Control and Option right arrow, VO right arrow.
Internet accounts sets up your accounts to use with mail, contacts, calendar, messages, and other apps. Internet accounts table.
Internet accounts table.
Internet accounts table.
And again, you interact with that with VO Shift down arrow. And to stop interacting, you press VO Shift up arrow.
Out of internet accounts table.
And then if you want to go back, you press Command left bracket.
Back. Internet accounts window. Tool. Preference panes. Scroll area.
And then you go back in here with VO Shift down arrow
In preference panes.
to the preference panes. And then you can actually, in this area, navigate by first letter navigation. So if you wanted to go to, I don't know, Siri, you could press SI.
Screen sidebar button. Screen side Siri button.
There's Siri. And then you could press VO space. Enter does not work in this case. It mainly only works on the dock because Enter does some other things as well.
Loading Siri.
And we're in Siri.
Toolbar. Siri image.
So that is basic navigation. I'm going to press Command Q now to exit the program.
Finder. Desktop. Boot.
And Command Tab to go back into
Audio. QuickTime Player.
QuickTime Player. So that is navigating VoiceOver on the Mac, Part 2. Learning how to use VoiceOver on the Mac, Part 2, with simple navigation and activating different elements, along with navigating the system preferences and activating some icons in there. We also discussed interacting and uninteracting, as the technical term is, with tables and scroll areas. We also discussed the dock and how to activate applications on the dock. In future videos, I will discuss how to get into Finder, how to navigate Finder properly, and how to navigate from folder to folder with Finder, and how to go back and forward, and how to, do all the basic File Explorer needs. Which, after we get through these very basic steps of VoiceOver and other key commands, we will start diving deeper into the more fun stuff. So, for now, that is it for me. If you have any questions or comments, you can get in touch with me by emailing me at rwy2003@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at _rooster101. And I believe that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next voiceover tutorial.